Hi guys, it's the Miracle Girl Sasha and welcome to my channel. If you have a goal or multiple goals that you want to accomplish, but whether it's your dream body, whether it's getting rich, feels almost impossible or just feels so far away from you that it's almost like you don't know if you'll ever be able to grasp it, then this video is for you. Today I'm going to be explaining a concept called what's in motion stays in motion. And this is going to explain to you why discipline comes from constant motion and motivation doesn't last. The first question we have to ask is, what even is motivation? To understand what motivation is, we have to understand what dopamine is. Now, there are different hormones and chemicals that are released into our brain. One of them is called dopamine. You can think of that like motivation. Dopamine is the chemical that makes you feel happy or good or motivated, meaning that when you eat a donut, you get dopamine release because it makes you feel good. If you go for a run and you feel like you just accomplished something, that is what is released, is dopamine, to make you feel good after. The best way to describe motivation is that it is short-term dopamine release, meaning that it is an in-the-moment release, but the second that you don't have dopamine anymore, the second that you don't have that drive, that urge to keep going, and you have holdback, or you say, oh man, I really want that donut, but I want to be healthy. That is the moment when it comes to discipline, and that is the difference. Discipline is when it's the last thing you want to do in the world is be consistent, but you do it anyways because you are disciplined and not motivated. Motivation is primarily based on when you feel a little bit of dopamine, but when you are disciplined, that is when you're feeling down, when you don't have dopamine, or when you are just not motivated. To explain what discipline is, I'm going to explain it with what is in motion stays in motion. Imagine you're a ball and the path of life is a bunch of rocky hills. You have two choices. You can stay there or you can start moving. If you choose to stay there, what is not in motion will stay not in motion. But if you start moving, you now have a little bit of momentum. But life is not a clear path, so it's not just gonna keep going and getting stronger, and you're not gonna have discipline just from that little push you did. But that little push is called starting. So the first step to change is starting. How do you start? You decide that you want to change and you have good reasons for it. Because if you don't have a strong reason on why you want your dream body, why you want to be rich, why you want all these things that so many people in the world just give up on, then you're not going to get anywhere, because you have to have that why in order to have discipline to keep going. So now that you've got a little bit of motion in you, you come up to your first rock. It's a small one, it's just a donut. Let's just say you're going to try to get a six-pack, let's just say. Now motivation is gonna tell you every reason on why you should stop there and why the rock is too hard to get over. And here's what's gonna happen if you do stop. Every time you come across a rocky road or a bump in the road and you stop, what happens is you tell yourself, you show you that you are not serious about your goals. And then what happens is later on you develop a subconscious belief that is, I am not disciplined and I do not do what I say I'm gonna do. Now think of it this way. If you push over that rock, you forget that think of the rock like a mini little hill, a mini little up and down. Now what is in motion stays in motion, and the more motion that you put into your ball, the faster it's gonna go and the faster you will get to your goals. So over that small little hill, that small little bump in the road, technically if you push over, you're gonna go a little bit faster the next time. And you're gonna have more determination, because every single time that you persevere through something that's hard, you tell your body and you tell yourself that I am serious and I am going to do this and I do what I say I'm gonna do. So what happens is every time you push over a bump, it kind of like turns into a speed bump where like it's kind of hard to get over, but once you're over it, it like pushes you forward in life. Discipline is a skill that is built. So if you want to be a disciplined person and not rely on motivation, then what you have to do is you have to think of every small bump, whether you're trying to eat more healthy and you see it, your favorite snack that's unhealthy, or you're trying to get rich and you're exhausted, or you just have a speed bump that you're going through. No matter what it is, if you think of it like a speed bump that's gonna make your momentum go more and more and more, and the ball is gonna keep rolling faster and faster, then that's what builds discipline. Understand that there's gonna be a lot of trial and error in discipline. You're gonna give up and you're gonna fail and you're gonna do the wrong thing. But as long as you keep coming back to the right thing, eventually you will build that skill and you will get there. At the end of the day, it stops when your excuses stop. When you're, oh, but I'm depressed and I can't do it. Let me tell you something. Almost everyone is depressed at one point of their life. And honestly, it's very, very much more common than you think to be even clinically depressed, where it's like you can't even get out of bed and make your bed, and it feels almost physically impossible to do anything. If you want to change, you can, but it really just depends on what you believe you are capable of. And if you have all the faith in the world and yourself that God puts in you, you can do anything. If you think about it, God puts all the faith in the world into his kids. So the question is, why don't you do the same? Thank you for watching. I hope you guys learned something today that will help you get your goals. And I love you guys so much. I'm so excited to keep making videos and help you guys because it's a really big passion of mine. I love helping people and I'm so excited to help you through your journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps. Everything helps right now because obviously I'm a smaller channel. Bye guys.